Okay.
Oh, well, I'll be damned.
Are we live?
Yes, we are now live.
Who's live? I'm alive. Are you
I'm alive.
I'm live.
I'm alive. I've got a beer. I'm alive. Everything's going.
I do too.
Speaking of alive, if there's one word that I could absolutely purge from recent vocabulary, could we please stop using the word unalived?
Yeah, seriously.
Do you know why that's?
Can we please not get banned from YouTube?
Because people are idiots.
No, TikTok.
Yes.
That is a TikTok trend.
Like I said, people are
No,
idiots.
You can't say
Yeah, you can't say it.
killed or death or anything like that on TikTok because it'll knock you off the algorithms.
And-
so you have to say unalive.
And we're also on our first 30 seconds of YouTube, so there we fucking go with that.
That is what it is.
That's out of the way. We're not.
Also, by the
monetized.
way, yeah, no, we didn't
get banned off TikTok yet. Yet.
Again.
Yet.
Well, you didn't call me one leg.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I can do that on here. So yeah. So guys, we were banned for a
I
week.
thought he was about to start unleashing one-legged insults. It's like,
No.
so finally we're on here.
No, he's learned his lesson.
I
No,
know
we
he has.
and it wasn't even that. So we were banned on TikTok for a week after we just got live because I did a 5-minute long live of me in the garage. I was just messing around doing some stuff, and I had one person watching. I was talking about project cars, and then I was telling them about, I got my 3 other co-hosts, and I said we got, Dan, we got Chris, we got Brian One Leg. By saying Brian One Leg, we got banned for hate speech on TikTok for a week. And I even tried to appeal it, and they're like, no, it's against this rule, this one. And I'm like,
It's okay, Brian. I sympathize for you. Don't
so
worry.
now we just call Brian
I
Voldemort.
am a protected class.
Okay, so you got a thing to Chris, that extra underneath your
I've got a.
yeah, you got
The
one there
coaster
too, but
Back here.
okay,
Stop.
stop,
Hold on.
stop.
Wait. Just hold on. Be calm here. If you jiggle that cord, all will go haywire.
You're moving the cables more than I was.
Chris, do you want that?
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry guys, we got
We're just shifting.
We had a late start, guys.
The
That
feng
was
shui.
my fault.
We had to get the feng shui. No, it was not
Yeah,
your
as
fault,
the
Chris.
night goes on, the bill of his hat will get flatter.
as the night closes in.
You know, I have another snap-on hat that's flat, Bill.
Well, like I said, I mean,
Flat bill
you're getting
flat.
there. You're getting there. Oh, just a quick little thing. You ever had something where you just looked at and go, that's a bold strategy, Cotton, we'll see how it works? I've seen 2 examples this past week. So,
You just say cotton, and I saw. After the show. Remind me after the show. Remind me after the show.
don't get us banned from here. Don't get us banned from here too, you little asshole. So I've seen an ad for a Mustang GT for sale, and this thing had been in there for months at $40,000. They're now listing it at $50,000. Like apparently raising their price will make it sell better.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how
That
it
works out for you. The second example of that is the F-150 Lightning Base Pro.
Uh-huh.
The price of that thing in the past year has gone up $20,000.
Yes.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it works. The F-150 Lightning has gone from, an average work truck to aspirational.
Yes.
That's insane.
That's the work truck.
Yeah, that's the work truck version.
The work truck version has gone up to
61,000,
ridiculous prices.
basically $62,000, and a year ago it debuted at $42,000.
You know what threw me off, and you can call me out on it if you knew about it, because I didn't until now. But so,
Damn it, Dad, we knew about it.
Jeez, wow, man.
I saw a new Chevrolet truck getting tinted at work, and I was coming around the corner, and the thing had steel wheels on it, and I was like, "What? Chevy Silverado steel wheels?
Yep.
Crew cab? What?" And I start walking towards it, and I'm like, getting like this, and that C says High Country on the grill, and then I look inside, it's a fully loaded High Country. Because Chevrolets, when they have any wheel size bigger than 20-inch, they get shipped with steel wheels on them, and then the aluminum wheels with the tires come shipped to the parts department, and then the service department has to install them on the trucks.
No, what happens with
I
the
didn't-
steel wheels? Did it get sent back?
I don't know, but I didn't know about that in general, and I was like, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know
I guess
about
they
that,
must have
but-
had a lot of dealer
Or maybe-
truck loading damage over the
Yeah, it
years
might
that
have
they did
issues
that.
That particular wheel and tire might not fit on the rail carriers or something.
I was about to
something.
say, yeah, it's something with the carriers.
I was just like, it was
Or the transport
so
truck or
weird
something
though
like that.
because it had 20-inch steel wheels. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
These big steel, and it was a high country, and it looked so
But
wrong
no,
because
but-
they were skinny.
But
and-
like what I said, like that's one of those like what. Serious
Yeah, what
question:
would
What
they
do
do?
they do
They
with,
probably have
with
to
the
ship 'em
steel
back.
wheels? Do they
Well,
ship them back? Do
well,
they
that's
keep
like
them?
the,
Does the person that bought the truck get them as spares?
Well, that's like the small transit. The small transit vans, which, by the way, they're going away next year. All small vans are going away.
Really?
So,
I like the small
okay, so those things are built in Turkey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When those things arrive here, they have windows and back seats and shit in them to avoid the chicken tax. They arrive on our shores, glass is taken out, seats are taken out, and they put the steel panels in their place and turn them into delivery trucks.
Kind of like how Toyota does with every single
And
car
then
they have.
then
But
those
it's like-
seats and glass get packed up and shipped back.
Yeah, so I wasn't aware that they got packed up and shipped back. I just knew that all of a sudden they just
Nope,
didn't use
they
it.
ship them back.
It was cheaper to do that than this.
Yep,
this chicken
and
tax.
they ship them back, and they get put back in, and it's the same thing.
You know how Toyota works, right?
Well, the chicken tax is why Toyota and Nissan started building trucks here.
Yeah, Chris, you know how Toyota does all their cars? You probably know, right? You don't do PDIs at Toyota.
What's PDI?
A PDI is a pre-delivery inspection.
Oh, okay.
So the car comes wrapped in plastic and whatnot, and you unwrap
Yeah.
it and do the inspection. Toyotas go to a port with steel wheels and base cloth interiors and get spec'd to the trim level and then PDI'd and then sent to the dealerships.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know
So
that.
every single Toyota, no matter what model it is, it'll have the right drivetrain and everything, but everything else comes as a base model. It might have the right tech in it, but it'll come with cloth seats. And they install like the different seats, and that's why Toyota's all their wiring harnesses are all like modular too. They don't have like different wiring harnesses for different submodels like
It's
other
one of
brands
those. It's
do.
like all plug and play.
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, and like when they come to the dealership, they're ready to sell off the truck. There's
So,
no PDI required.
so does that mean?
S30Zs back in the day? If you had an S30Z with air conditioning, it did not come from Japan with air conditioning. The air conditioning was
Put on
installed
here.
after it came into the port.
But,
Well, it's like, yeah,
but my
Kia
question
does,
is, so like,
port installed
with
stuff, too,
what you're talking about,
sometimes.
so like, let's say you have a base model Toyota and you put in leather seats that are heated. Would those
Yeah, like I said,
plug
when we
and
had that one,
play
normally I would just take
type
the last
deal
one
to
for
where you can
myself
just
and say,
plug
"Fuck
it
you guys,"
in
because
and
I'm an
just
asshole like that.
at that
Yep.
point just have to have a switch?
I appreciate you.
I knew it was like, man, I was like,
It was-
Chris
yeah.
is gonna like this
It's a
one.
simplicity.
But
like,
but
I'll
but
hold
that's
it.
actually
If he
pretty
gets-
neat.
If he gets him a
if you
bag, I'll
want
drink it.
to.
But if he
yeah,
doesn't get
well,
him a
it's
bag,
like
I'll bring it.
my car is kind of like set up
I
like
got a
that too.
six pack
Like
of that for myself.
I found out when I put those doors from Reese's car on,
Like I
the
said, I found
wiring
it at
harnesses
ABC
were the
last
same.
time
They
I
just
was
had a
there.
jumper
There was
harness
one
for all the
left.
smart stuff. And
Um,
like heated,
but,
my
like
car
I said,
didn't have
I
heated
don't
mirrors
know.
before.
I don't know if you
Off
I don't know
a
if they'll have it back
newer
or not,
model,
but-
I gotta go see if I can find some more. of that.
heated mirrors,
it-
plug and play on my car and everything.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's one of those, like, hey, I got a base Corolla, and hey, I bought these seats. I want, boom, bolt them in, be able to plug it in as long as you got, even if you go
Yeah,
to the
I don't know why some brands do
even
that
if
whole
you go
different
to, like,
wiring stuff.
auto store and just get a little toggle switch.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing, some of those things is because of CAN control, you can plug the thing in, but it won't work because CAN hasn't been programmed to operate it.
Yeah.
Now I know with Fords you can get a tool called.
I
know
didn't
with
think about
Fords, there's a tool for Fords called ForScan
Yeah.
that you can plug a dongle.
Not
into your-
ForScan.
What was that again?
ForScan.
All right, thank you.
Not
Forescan.
foreskin.
Scan dongle?
Yeah, you plug the dongle in, and it links up to a phone or a tablet, or you can USB it into a laptop, and you can. There's a lot of things.
You have to
can
have a
do.
doctor to do that.
No, it's self-help.
I
It's
had
self-therapy.
I had somebody call and they were asking like about help because they have
So, Christy, you got to chat up?
I do now.
they have a 2018 Kia Rio and they bought cruise control off eBay and they've installed it, but they can't find the plugs to plug everything in. But they've got everything ripped apart and ready to go. And I said, well, that's because you don't have the plugs for it. And they said, well, the eBay ad said it was plug and play. I was like, it's not. You bought all the buttons and everything, but you don't have the plugs to go into it.
Yes, because your car doesn't have the harness and doesn't have the CAN control turned on.
And the ECU is completely different too.
Well,
And
continue talking. I'm gonna go.
I got
pee.
your Daisy,
Beer?
your car,
And that's
the
loaded,
thingy,
by the way.
the one thing, yeah.
The good news.
Good news, everyone.
Are you saying there was a doctor sold in the United States?
Nope.
Okay.
You'll see what it is. It's a cool thing. It's
Okay,
a cool
just
thing.
check.
It's cool.
You know, because anytime there's something
In
about
Canada,
good news,
though,
it's
I've seen-
obviously a Dacia Sandero.
I've seen one in America. They haven't been in Canada.
I still remember the time I was driving up to Atlanta and I saw a Dacia.
It wasn't a Sandero.
It wasn't a Sandero. It was
the
one
truck.
of the other
What was
models.
the truck? What's
Yeah.
the truck called?
No, it wasn't a truck. It was
Looks
the
like a
little
trucklet.
SUV thing.
It's a trucklet.
The cute Ute. The cute Ute.
What is
It
it?
was some sort of trucklet.
Oh
or
my
SUV,
gosh.
And I can't remember what it was.
The Dacia. I want
It
to
was
say it
little
started with a T.
4x4. It said 4x4 on
Hold on, because this is gonna bug me now. I
it.
know
It had
it's
an Ontario plate on it, so it was from
Oh,
Canada.
that's why. Well, see, Canada only has a 15-year exemption.
Chris, do you want to use that same glass?
Sure.
Yeah, like I said, that's why, you know, Canada only has a 15-year exemption, so they've had 33s, 32s, and 33s, and 34s, and all kinds of cool shit a lot longer than we have.
Duster.
Yeah, the Duster.
Duster.
Yeah.
Dacia Duster. Well, it's like when I was in Ireland and I saw a Dacia Sandero, I remember running in the parking lot of all, and everybody, just like random, normal people around, and I'm all like, "It's a Dacia Sandero!"
Stupid Americans.
Exactly. I was like, I know I looked like that, but I don't care. It's a friggin' orange Dacia Sandero, and I'm in love.
Saw one.
Like, I'm so happy.
That's okay. Les was at autocross last week and sent me a picture. Someone down there had an old school Alpine A110.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. Cars and Bids thing I saw. Fiat X19. Oh, yes, honey, I got you. Fiat X19, Honda B18C out of a 90s Integra Type R.
Nice.
That actually sounded like a good freaking time.
Don't doubt it.
So don't throw away the box so that way you can have
It's plaid.
No, I bought this one because of the box.
yeah,
flat!
but so that way, because I have the two others
Yeah.
in there. So I'll let Brian, since
No,
that's yours.
Wait, are we going full Tesla?
No, we're going
What do you mean?
Caddyshack,
Wait,
man.
Can't get silenced.
I bought this because I saw the box and no other reason.
It's
Alright.
Caddyshack.
Hold, I have to chime in here for a second. The best part about this is we had a DOS computer when I was a very young child, 4 or 5 years old. A DOS computer, an IBM DOS computer. And Dad had a 5.5-inch floppy disk game called
Caddyshack.
Pebble Beach Golf.
Oh, that was like the precursor to Microsoft.
sorry.
Yes.
Also,
The
Brewdog.
precursor.
That's the one
Yeah,
that
the-
did the Hellhound.
Yeah,
one.
the Hellhound Iron Maiden beer.
That is the pixel artwork from that game, because that game, when you booted it up, it had the Pebble Beach, and then that popped up out
The
of the ground.
Caddyshack Gopher.
So what we got here is Brewdog, Bushwood beer, crisp pilsner, 5% alcohol, and it is an officially licensed from Caddyshack.
Yeah,
from
no,
UOB.
it full on at the bottom of it. It has the
Literally-
Warner Brothers
It
thing.
really has the Warner Brothers thing.
Yeah.
But the best thing is, it has the actual.
It has the coat of arms for the club and everything.
Yep.
Well, that Caddyshack,
Well, that's-
that's
it's
in the
Bushwood.
Caddyshack font
Yeah.
and everything.
Like
It's
I said,
Bushwood beer.
Yeah, like I said,
Look at
it's
it.
got.
Oh,
It has
and
everything.
I didn't even pour this hard, so I think my.
Like I
mouth
said,
is
I
shut.
bought this because of the
Hey,
box.
careful
no
of
other
the
reason.
pour. Even with the easy pour that I did, it got a pretty decent head on it.
So what you're saying is this is a foamy one?
Yeah,
It's a foamy one, lads.
because I did a pretty normal easy pour with that.
We're
And
gonna
even
take
Dan's
we're
did.
gonna take care of those gophers.
Success. Wow. That is...
That's a lager.
That is.
Look at
Well,
how
it's a Pilsner.
clear
Oh,
that
Pilsner, sorry.
is.
That's a Pilsner.
God, I wish my
Not
piss
lager.
was this
What is
clear.
it, Pilsner?
Like, that is
What?
just-
I said I wish my piss was that clear.
Your piss is... You need to drink more water, Michael. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Once again, that's a you problem, Mike. That's not a beer problem. That's not an us problem. That's a you
Hey,
problem.
when you think Pilsner, that's the perfect amount of head.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, having the crazy, super like
Whoa.
out of this
Wow.
world.
That is, hey,
What's
that,
going
that's
on
gonna-
there?
I was-
What's going on
I was
there?
gonna say,
Chris,
Brian,
stop it.
that might be a
That's got
sippable.
scent to it for
That's
sure.
a
Smell
sippable.
that.
Yes,
That-
that's
that-
yeah.
That
Oh,
smells
that smells like Coors
very,
Light. Oh,
very
shit.
dank.
No, it's
like that's got a dank smell.
it's
to
almost
it.
like an IPA
Yeah.
dankish smell. It's a really strong.
Oh wow.
Okay, so like I said, when I was down that way, and got this one, and I got another one for next episode, I figured these are going to be really, really
Holy
good. or
shit.
really,
But look
really
how
good.
clear it is, though. Whenever
Oh,
you
it's
do it.
incredibly clear.
All right, gentlemen, let's
No,
dive in.
that has a
Cheers, everybody.
No.
No, 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 no.
Don't worry, it was just the Three Musketeers.
Oh, it's an APA. That's an APA. That's an American Pale Ale. It's a Pilsner Pale. I like that. That's really good. It's dry on the end, I know.
Definitely dry on
It's,
the end.
it's
I like
dry. It's a little
like it.
hoppier than a normal Pils.
That's like an American Pale Ale.
Yeah.
No, it's not a full American.
I know. Sam Adams makes an American Pale Ale that's kind of like this. I like this one a little better. This one's more crisp, for sure. It tastes like one. It's like a.
I like it.
It's
American
not bad.
American Pale Ale is like a Pilsner Pale.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no real like funny saying or reading or anything on this one. That's just it's Caddyshack.
And it does.
Coming
ju-
off the taste, hot and
It does just say Pilsner
sharp,
on it.
dry. Crispy.
I mean, that's it. It's sharp and dry. That's
Brewed
that's
in Ohio.
Absolute.
Wait a minute.
5% alcohol.
Where in Ohio?
It doesn't say.
Hold on.
Are we gonna get toxic poisoning?
Brewed by company LSE,
Columbus, Ohio.
Cannell Winchester.
Wait, you said we're all gonna go down to the Winchester?
Cannell Winchester.
I don't know. It was
Ohio.
canned on February 22nd.
No, it's delicious.
Hey,
All
really? Really? It's my birthday.
Sitting in the box.
All jokes. Well, it's Mike's birthday beer. This is
Yeah,
as old
this
as
is
Mike
my-
is currently
Happy
this year.
birthday.
Happy late birthday.
Yeah, that's my 30th birthday beer. Look at that. It got brewed on my birthday, and that's why Brian got it, because of that.
Thank you, Brian. That was so thoughtful of you.
It was.
Like seriously, you couldn't be a better dad.
Oh God. Ooh.
So here's my.
That was
As
my-
far as
think
just a
I-
full
and to-
review,
And to think I did that for the guy who got us banned on TikTok for calling me bad names.
right?
Jesus.
So I'll say, I mean, it's not bad. It's crisp, it's sharp. It's what they said it was.
I would buy it
It's not something I would buy again.
again. No.
Agreed.
Like it's not bad. It's beer. It is
I'll
beer.
put the can on the safe shelf because the can's pretty cool. But yeah,
I do love the can though. I love the gopher and I love the plaid and everything.
yeah.
And
Like I said, I saw the box. I was like, I don't care what it is. I'm buying it.
No, I see the can. All I think about is Rodney Dangerfield's
this is a good
pants.
peanut snack beer.
Oh yes, you get a good salty snack with this.
yeah.
Peanuts, popcorn, something like that.
Well, you know what? You just finished golfing for the day. You hit up the golf course bar that's got complimentary peanuts in a jar. and
You kidding me?
slam these down.
That's
in front
the
of you.
one thing I love about golf and bowling is you can. It's a sport you're allowed to drink during play.
You're not allowed to drink during play. They encourage
it.
drinking
Yeah.
during play.
That's why I love both those
No,
sports.
all right,
Also-
if you forget to get a beer while you're out on the links,
They
there's a
drive it
cart
to
that
you.
comes around and goes, hey, did you forget to get a beer while you're at
Okay.
the clubhouse? Well, don't worry, we've got you covered. Here's
that-
a beer.
Also, did you get the $10 cart insurance? You might want it.
That place we went to. I'm sorry, off topic. That place we went to though, like I was
What
getting.
place you went to?
And the bowling that
Oh,
we did.
yeah.
We did in
Oh, you
Spring
went.
Hill.
Yeah.
So like,
No,
we-
is it the old Mariner lanes or was it the old Spring Hill lanes?
it's on Mariner Drive. It's the
Okay,
old Mariner.
that's the old Mariner lanes. That's one that I grew up in.
Okay, so
I know the
I was
back
getting-
of that building. I got bit by a brown goose in that fucking building.
I was getting ready to go order stuff and everything.
Mike was occasionally mistaken
and
for a pin.
this lady walks up and
It's
she
about the
goes,
same size.
"How you guys doing
That's the
tonight?
joke.
My name's so and so, and I'm your waitress." And I was like, "You said waitress?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "I was just gonna go up to like the concession." She
Does
goes,
it
"You-"
still have the bodega in it?
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know.
She
Yeah, they
said,
changed the whole
"You don't
bunch.
gotta do anything." And I'm like, "Really?" Bowling alley. You got a waitress, everything. Get you all the stuff you need. They have a huge
See,
arcade. And
that
it was cheaper
that
than
place.
Bolero.
That's where I watched the one space shuttle that came in and blew up as it was coming in. I watched that there. It was the Saturday morning league. They interrupted Yu-Gi-Oh for that. Yeah, no,
That's
okay.
They interrupted me.
But no, I grew up there. My sister started working at 13 there because at 13 you could do the bowling parties and all that and be the one that did all of that. That's when it used to be smoking and all of that. Peggy ran the front desk. Peggy Sue ran the front desk. In the back, you had Dave, and then my brother-in-law Ryan were the main mechanics. And,
Still
that.
all the
And
main
for one
topics.
summer,
I know,
I
right?
worked in the back.
You're surprised,
with
I can
with
tell.
that.
No.
Actually,
You're
my grinder
shocked.
that I
Look at my
have
shock.
is
Oh,
a
yeah, I
grinder
can
that
tell
we use
you're
in the bowling alley.
absolutely-
Oh,
Yeah,
I grew up in that bowling alley.
Yeah, I mentioned the
Hey, we got a snort.
We got to start
Sorry.
Good cars gone bad.
I will-
Echo,
hey,
good
hold on,
cars
hold
gone
on,
bad.
hold on.
Ladies and
Cars
gentlemen,
gone bad.
YouTube car show.
I do have a car story about that place though. The first time I actually got in person, not at the dealership, but in person, got to be in a Viper truck right when they came out was there because the owner of the bowling alley got one of the Viper trucks and did a massive burnout in the back with me and the passenger going. It was great.
So,
Anyway, so.
Good cars gone bad. I have one.
Voldemort. Good cars gone bad.
2024 Mustang.
They glued an iPad to the dash.
They glued 2 of them to the dash.
Yep.
Yeah, but see, here's
There's
my
no but.
here's my fight with that. Here's my fight with that.
There's no but.
No. There slightly is because
He might get angry.
because that's just
Only a little
like
bit.
part of the interior. The rest of the car, the chassis, everything else is awesome.
It's a carryover from the last
It's,
car.
everything else is still an S550.
Exactly, which still makes it good.
But they've had a lot of time to improve on that, and
And
They
when
made
you-
it look like a Camaro.
And when you're sitting inside,
But because the
when
Camaros are
you're
dead.
sitting inside the car, you're not looking at the outside.
Well,
And here's the thing about the iPad.
see, I went full on totally different strategy,
But
like
the
actual
giant- the
cars that
giant-
were horrible.
Oh, I can't. That would sound
but
like.
the iPads are also unshrouded. And when you look at the rake of the windshield, top of the windshield and the roof, and the position in the dash where those things are, there's going to be certain times of the day where you're not going to be able to see
Oh,
the
just
fucking screen
nighttime.
because of the sun.
Well, what about nighttime?
I don't know about
With the
that.
glare.
I don't know about that. I will say that driving the Tesla with the giant screen, I thought it would be a lot more distracting. It wasn't. But it also wasn't right in front of my face. It was off to the side. So
I was thinking about like windshield.
I think this is gonna be the episode we all fight.
I mean, I'm listen. Mine's a hot take that nobody asked for. so
I have one.
well, I
that
opened up
is-
with a hot take, so
Well-
man, just send it.
We're waiting.
you want me to go ahead and full send this? Because I got 3.
Oh, I got
Whole
about
episode,
hey,
man,
hold
we're
on,
doing
hold
this.
on,
It's
hold on.
fight
Hey,
time.
hey,
Let's
hey,
do
hey,
it.
oh,
Let it out, dude.
okay,
It's
go,
not
go,
nothing to
go.
keep it
Just
bottom
you know
line.
what? Fuck it, Chris.
Number
do it.
1.
Hey, listen, shove it Friday.
Well, hey,
like
do-
on the radio.
do one at a
Just
time,
Let it rip.
'cause
I'm gonna do them one at a time.
Because
Number one,
I have a couple too.
the Scion FRS
Yeah.
/ GT86 /
BRZ.
Toyota BRZ.
I'm not getting up, but yeah.
all those things, right? The car that fell short on horsepower and continues to do so.
But they fixed
Except
the
with
torque dip.
RTV.
But they fixed
But
the
it
torque dip.
continues to fall short.
Yeah,
on
but
torque
is that
and
a good
horsepower.
car gone bad when it was never
Yeah.
good to begin with?
No, the thing is,
No. Seriously,
no,
that's a serious question. It's a serious question with that.
He's got a point because it's not like
I get what you're
the
saying.
car came out with power and then came out without power. It always had no power.
Because
So
at
it's
my
like a new
point-
thing
But
with
it's
it.
a
But I-
sports car
and I think the
that is
advertising.
lacking horsepower.
See,
which
no,
means,
at that point, that car, I would move into our final episode of cars that just suck.
no, because it doesn't suck. Because it's a beautiful car to look at. It is
Especially
a
the
glorious
new ones.
competitor
The
to
new ones
Miata.
are-
It's everything you want in a car except the horsepower.
So
But
that
it
could
never
also
had the horsepower, so it never started out good and then went bad.
yeah.
On
yeah.
the horsepower,
Sorry,
on your,
Chris.
but on
that's
your
a
but
great
on,
car.
but on your main complaint, it was always bad.
Correct.
We're
I'll
talk-
give you that.
So
this
I
is more
will-
than-
I
this-
will concede that point,
This
but
is
still.
this would be a third trilogy, part 3.
But
This
the
would be-
problem is that's still a car I want to buy.
yeah,
Oh,
but this
yeah.
would,
Well,
Even with the
this
lack
would
of
this would be a
horsepower.
part
Take it-
3 of the trilogy
Well,
discussion.
to contest with, and
I understand what you're saying, Chris. I understand what you're saying.
the way the advertising was initially backed with the Scion release and Toyota's reliability and everything, it was promoted to be a good, fun car,
And by all accounts, it is.
but it's not actually reliable and
Yeah.
not actually good in
Well,
any sense, shape, or form.
Because they put Subaru engine in it. But again, it wasn't like it started out as something good and then became that. It was that from the beginning.
Fair enough.
So your Toyota Route
Well, if you really
would be
wanna-
suitable for episode 3 of this trilogy.
It would also be super.
We can
but I'm
we can
standing
skip-
firm on that.
We can
car
skip to
belongs
the
in this list.
GT86
Hey.
and assume that it's a resumption or of the
Understand.
Toyota Corolla 886, I guess.
It's still a hill I'm willing to die on.
But I
even the
understand your
86 Corollas were vastly
what you want.
underpowered for
All right,
this
so I
road.
did one. I'll let you guys get inside.
my main one, the Eclipse. You had the the 1G, awesome. The 2G, even better. 3G, fuck.
Right. 4G,
And now it's coming out as an
God.
SUV.
Yeah. So that's
No,
one.
and then it was, hey guys, so you're coming out with this new movie. You're doing street racing, right? In Miami. We need you to put one in here, all right?
because sales are so bad right now.
It's a convertible. It's manual. Can you do what you need to do?
It's a
with
3-liter
it? Please.
V6. How much horsepower? Yeah.
Listen, the aerodynamic doors make up for it. The venting in the doors, you're not understanding me. That's what makes up for the
It's got to
entire
keep
thing.
up with our Evo, though. Like,
Right?
we're supplying
Right?
an Evo,
No,
but it's
Evo
got to
found
keep
a
up
way
with
to make
that.
This keep up with a Yenko Camaro.
Also, it's got 20-inch heavy chrome wheels on it. Please keep up with
And
the
an open
Evo.
And front-wheel drive with an open diff.
And then the most boring, honestly,
And that was
I
the
would say
GT version.
the 1G and 2G Eclipse base models were more exciting.
Exciting than
even
that.
than-
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing. Like,
And
even
with the third gen base model, you got that single cam.
two-
what was
yeah,
it?
2.4, 2.4.
Yeah, 4G6.4 or something.
Yes,
single.
because it was based on a Sebring.
Yeah, no, that was one of those cars. So that's really one of those that it went from good car gone bad because that was a DSM. That was Chrysler and Mitsubishi working together doing this thing.
Do you know what DSM stands for?
Diamond Star Motors.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because it's a diamond and it's a
Diamond hanging.
star. Because Mitsubishi is a diamond.
Yeah.
Chrysler was just
Star
diamond. Anyway,
Diamonds.
but it was one of the even like you said, the base models of the 1G and 2G.
They were more exciting than the base model.
Were
And I
really
will say,
nice.
The V6, like 3G, it's got pep to it. It does sound good, but everything around it is terrible. The instrument cluster is terrible. The interior is god awful.
Well, it's
the
one of
outside
those
is
like that
terrible.
GT
If you got a
was
spider,
yeah.
On top of that,
That was
have you
that was
seen
a
one
top
of those
model.
cars in good shape
No,
in the past 10 years?
no.
One,
But you'll see.
on Bring a Trailer, and it didn't even sell for
But
that
it's
much,
one-
and it only had like 30,000
But
miles
it's one of
on it.
those. You will
Like,
see good condition 1Gs. You will see good condition 2Gs.
Most
But
of
those 3Gs fell apart.
I'd say
That's
easy-
because they were
easy
Chrysler
90% are
Seabrings.
They
good.
were shoddily built.
I
They were
did
Seabrings.
see somebody selling a 3G roundy round car on Facebook recently, but I was thinking that's probably all they're kind of halfway even decent for, to be
But
honest.
it's one of those
They
to
used
where
a Chauncey rear suspension that was out of the Sebring as
The
well.
whole platform was
Yeah, the whole
Sebring.
It
platform was.
god awful.
but it's one of those to where the top models of the 1 and 2Gs were the GSX, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a GSX.
All-wheel drive.
But yeah, it was
turbo.
an Evo. It was basically,
Yeah, there was also the Plymouth Laser
Yeah.
and the Eagle Talon.
but it was one of those. They were mini Evos. It was this. It was the same motor, same drivetrain, everything.
Yeah, I drove a
And
Talon
so
GSI
that-
back in the day.
that
and those things
was-
were wild.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was your top of the line, your top of the line performance. Then you go to 3G. Your top of the line performance is the GT, which is a 3-liter V6 NA. And you're like,
Front wheel drive.
front wheel drive, there's no all wheel drive, anything. And you're like,
Because it was a Chrysler.
oh,
Sebring.
yeah. Like,
But I will say, though,
they totally
Eh.
chopped the nuts off that car.
at least, and y'all can, yell at me if you want, at least the 4G was more aesthetically pleasing, and the V6 had a lot of pep behind it.
Yeah, but
I
even Mitsubishi-
disagree with
yeah.
the first part of that statement.
But
I like the way the
no.
bubbles look better.
Even
than the
Mitsubishi,
3Gs.
wait a minute, even Mitsubishi didn't give a shit about that car because the last one that was built, they literally took like a shitty photo by a pond out in back of the building, like, hey, this is the last one, we should probably take a picture of it. Yeah, just take it out back and get a
Yeah,
picture.
and
I was-
I'm very happy because Sabrina, it was between, at the same dealer, at RC Hill Mitsubishi, it was between a 4G,
I hate
and
hearing
then
that advertisement.
and then the
Sorry.
Mustang, and it was one of those. She drove the Eclipse and fucking hated it, and then drove the Mustang. And was like, well, it's a convertible.
I will say,
And went with the convertible. If she didn't do that, we would not know each other, and I would not be with my wife for
I will say
13 years
the 4G
now.
Eclipse, I have driven one, and it feels like driving an RV. Because the amount that the windshield
But it's got a
overextends,
subwoofer right between you. Like,
there's like that much dashboard between the windshield and you.
So it's like driving a Captain Camaro.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot like that. It
except
is.
they have pep.
Yeah.
Their V6 would be a 4G
Yes,
or a
they would.
3G.
They
Like,
would, yes.
That V6, I'm sorry, you can say whatever you want about that V6. That V6 was a lump. It was a piece of junk.
what, the 3 liter?
The 3
Oh,
liter
yeah.
V6?
Yeah.
That was a crap engine.
That might be V6, but the
Yeah,
thing is,
no,
they
had
take
no.
the modifications. Oh wait, which
We-
hold on,
we-
which one? The 3G or 4?
On
the
the
3G.
3G and
Oh,
the 4G.
no, the 4G was a different Myvec V6.
Yeah, it
That
was.
one was fantastic. The one of the 3G, that's like about the same as like a Vulcan freaking V6 and a probe.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
except more
the
destructible. More
the-
destructible.
I was gonna
than the
say
Vulcan.
the Vulcan V6 you can't fucking kill.
Yeah,
A 3 liter
yeah.
V6 out of the Ford, you can't kill those.
But no,
I
You
had a
can't.
3 liter in my Aerostar, and I tried. to
You
kill it.
couldn't.
the ones
You
in the
couldn't.
Eclipses, you did regular maintenance to and babied it, and it would still just like, yeah, today I'm gonna consume all of your oil.
And I know that
Right.
because at that time we had an 04 Sebring, which had the same engine, and it was the LXI, the top of the line.
Because it was the same fucking car.
And oh god, that thing was
That's how
horrible.
you know you've gone
Chat.
Oh, I need to have you chat up, yeah.
Yeah, Chris, because
Sorry.
we might have 20 people talking to us, or we could have none.
Yeah, the one night we would have somebody there.
Deep
and
South Nikki brought up, what about the Eclipse from Sports Car to SUV?
You're
Deep
not
South-
wrong.
She's,
Don't know who that
nice
is, but
red
hey,
Fuji
thank you
across
for
the street.
chiming in.
Good to meet you, Nikki.
Yes.
I don't know if we've had Nikki on here before.
So,
I don't know. I'm wondering, are you the one from TikTok that was just talking
Alright,
to us?
so.
one of the ones I have.
Alright.
Oh,
I'll do
we
one
gotta
of
let
mine.
Dan have a turn.
The way he said that.
Sorry.
It's like red.
Slow kind of turn.
Go ahead.
The Chevrolet Nova
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
started out as one of still today the most Americana iconic classic muscle cars of all time, turned into
Went from the-
4-cylinder
Went from the
econo.
Chevy 2 to remanded import.
It was like a Geo Prism Corolla
Four-door thing. Four-door thing.
with big colored buttons on the dashboard for things. Like it was almost like made for somebody who didn't know how to operate a car.
Wasn't that a Suzuki of some sort?
It was made for boomers.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was on
Because the Prism was
the Toyota. That was the Corolla.
Was a Corolla.
Corolla.
Hold on.
The Storm was a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
No, the
No,
storm.
no,
The storm was a Zuzu.
Impulse.
Yeah,
Impulse.
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 With like
Impulse,
it
yeah.
had Mazda suspension.
And the Metro was a Suzuki Swift.
Yes.
What? It was a Suzuki though. It was. My mom actually had one when I was a kid. She had a blue one with plastic bumpers. I remember it.
So blue plastic bumpers, blue interior, blue carpet, no
Yes.
center console,
No, and it had it, like, and I remember like
just a stick through the floor, 3-speed automatic.
no tack.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a lot like
It went when it wanted to.
places.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We're going somewhere. Maybe. Possibly. Chris is
Yeah,
getting an attack.
That was just one of those,
It was a
you know,
moth.
like
You're good.
it started out as such an amazing car that really wasn't problematic, very reliable, easy to modify, fun to drive, and everything.
Smaller and lighter than a Chevelle.
And then just kind of copilated into.
Oh, I thought you
Well,
meant
they
the one
went-
that your mom had. I'm like, yeah,
Well,
7
no,
months
they
later
went
from
from-
I knew it's
no.
dead.
Well, the nameplate went dormant for a while.
Right, it did from.
And then when it came back,
It came
was
onto
this
that
little
thing.
4-door shitbox.
Almost like the dark.
I'm just waiting for one of those to show up to a Cars and Coffee and be the hit of the fucking show. It's like, oh, hey, you have a 68 Nova? I got an 86 Nova.
Let me show you how awesome it is. Everybody, oh!
Yeah, man, I got a Nova.
And fucking boomers.
See
going,
that
Roll in with
Yeah.
an 86 Nova. And be like,
No.
check out my Nova.
I tell
It's a
my
muscle car.
I tell my friends in high school, yeah, my mom had a
boomers
Nova
blowing
once.
their fucking.
Yeah, she did.
No,
Four-cylinder front wheel
Cars
drive.
and Coffee is the thing where that stuff will happen because
We watched it happen.
The 1 month we were there, this guy was just parked there in a 76 or 77 or 78 Pinto wagon.
Two-door wagon.
Two-door wagon. It was a nugget of a car.
But it had a turbo 4-cylinder.
I love
It
that
had
car.
an old, like, first version carbureted Turbo Lima.
And the dude is so cool too.
Okay.
Blow
Like I said,
through fucking
That
car.
was that, and this car is a nugget. There was a guy that rolled in a 599 Fiorano. A beautiful, stunning car.
No one
It
paid
sounds
attention to it.
amazing. He rolled in, top down, polo shirt collar snapped, parked.
Got out the car, he's like, "Sup?"
I'm gonna fucking win this Cars and Coffee. Everybody's like,
Dude,
hey,
Like-
did you see
like-
that
And
Pinto?
then he opens his
seriously.
eyes and he looks and he's like, "Wait, why is someone around my car?"
Like seriously, people just kind of walk by the car and go, that's cool. Oh shit, check out the Pinto.
That's what I love about Cars and Coffee.
Great.
It's one of those. You can come up with any bring a trailer car.
On the 9th, Easter
Oh,
Sunday,
well, can you,
there's a Cars and Coffee in Gainesville.
Ooh.
Me and Two Legs and I think Ed are going.
well, can you imagine? Can you
I
imagine?
can't
looks?
bring to 86. I need to fix that damn brake.
Can
on
you
it.
imagine looks I'm gonna start to get now?
Hey, also
With the
on,
recent modifications.
on the 9th,
Oh, but we
the
come
Saturday
up with a
before.
way that we could make that much more offensive if we
No,
wanted to.
on the Saturday before, downtown, Bon Jovi cover band.
Oh.
The Eagles cover band was awesome. This is Slippery
Oh,
When
man,
Wet.
anything
the
but
Bon
the
Jovi.
Eagles. I hate the fucking
I know.
Eagles.
Well, this is a Bon Jovi cover band. and it's gonna
Good
be-
cars gone bad. Baltimore, what do you got?
88.6 Corolla turned into a front-wheel drive.
See, I have to fight that one because that motor was still a really good platform.
Yeah.
I have to say that platform was actually better suited than with the rear-wheel drive one.
But not for the things that the rear-wheel drive car was famous for. and
Did
everybody
you
loves it
just
for.
blast
Did you
me
hear
in
that?
my-
Did you hear that?
presence?
Did you hear what he
Did
just
you
said?
just say?
Repeat it, Chris.
Did you just say that the 4AG was better suited to a front-wheel drive chassis than a rear-wheel drive chassis?
The motor in the front-wheel drive chassis was way better.
It was just a 20.
Have you ever been striking?
Yeah.
You realize that was the car that led to the boring-ass Corolla four-door appliances we have now.
All right. Can I try my Corolla thing in?
And as far as, like, if you want to say even smaller car than the Corolla being
Fine.
for the 4AGE,
Well, actually, I got two Corolla things.
KP61 Starlet comes and says hello.
I am about to attack Toyota again, though. May I?
You can, absolutely. I mean, even though you've now self-professed that your next vehicle will be a Toyota
Oh,
of some
absolutely.
sort. So yes,
I'm about to attack. I am about to attack Toyota. I'm about to not. This isn't shots fired. This is missiles launched.
okay,
I
all right.
love Toyota, but I'm gonna nuke them.
Shit talk away, my friend.
The Toyota Supra.
Fight
me.
Oh no, I ain't gonna fight you because
Okay.
you're right.
Which one?
The new one.
The A90. You mean the
The
BMW,
BMW.
Z4 with the roof?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I,
And now with the A.
I'm
The
so-
A,
They-
we put
they
a manual.
did.
We put a
They
manual in it,
put a
so
manual.
don't think about the BMW thing. We put
Hold
a manual in
on.
it.
The last generation of the Toyota Supra was God level.
No.
Here's what I mean. Here's
No.
what I mean.
I think
Listen,
me and you were on the
Listen,
same
The
page on this.
A80 was God level.
listen. The last one
Well, not
was
80,
Fast and
870.
the Furious. You know, famous. It is the Dino Queen monster. It
The
is.
A70 was God
That-
level.
that's
what it
because
was.
A70 was
It's-
God level
it's-
because
it's
every
a-
time your head gasket popped, you went, oh God!
It is, but it's a legendary
7 and
car.
life.
The new Toyota Supra isn't even a Toyota. When you lift the hood, it says BMW on the stamping.
You lift the hood on his car, it says Ford.
I know that.
But this new Supra does look like really good though.
The new Supra is built by Magnus Tire on the same line as the Z4.
And
He's like full throttle right now. Trying. You'll make it, dude. You'll make it.
You got a 400.
And the other problem with that car is,
We're riding one of the new Triumph motorcycles the other day.
because it was engineered off the Z4 platform,
It is a Z4.
it was
It actually
it was
handles.
a car built on compromise. It was the Toyota Supra prototypes were not. The prototypes were, this is going to be the next Supra. Then they had to use the Z4 platform, and they kind of had to adapt the shapes that they had come up with.
Are you saying it's a Scion FRS?
I was just about to say, like, hey, anything Toyota has done fun lately is a compromise.
Right. It's a car built on compromise because they had this pre-existing platform that they had to kind of mold that shape over and change that shape to make work on that
Well,
platform.
yeah, and you know,
Remember when
not for
Toyota
nothing, they
had
probably
fun
never
stuff?
intended on having
And-
an automatic in it. It's because everybody bitched about it. You
And
know, like
I mean this wholeheartedly.
No, I never
The
thought
Toyota
that.
Supra as a car, this new generation, is a failure in that sense.
I
As
agree
the
wholeheartedly.
Toyota Supra, you were supposed to be God.
I actually,
Hey,
I'm big on this with you right now. Like, I agree 100%.
Now, on this point, new Supra or R35?
What?
Like,
wait,
what
wait,
I pick?
Wait,
Yeah.
the R35 that's been out since 2010.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't
Okay.
justify what they ask for the
Um,
R35.
Well, not for nothing. If you did give me a choice,
That's a
though,
really
I'm gonna get
fancy
it.
I take
GT.
it.
Z.
Sorry, Chris. I'm not meaning to argue with you,
Yeah.
but
No, you're good.
I want to argue
That's
with
the
you.
No,
best
this is
part
what we're
about
doing.
this. That's why we're doing this.
No, but I agree with
Okay,
you.
now I can see his point because Toyota said that they couldn't do their car. So now, Nissan swapped the Z in 1985 from an inline six to a V6.
I still want to see a new Z. I haven't seen one. I'm so jealous you've seen that one. I want to see it so
I've seen it a few more times. Too.
I'm all about those.
So they went from V6 and the cars did just fine, and including 90s bubble era cars, the Z32. It's an icon.
Right.
So Toyota has various V6s and V8s that they could use. So changing the doesn't have to be an inline six,
Right.
and they already have the platform that the Lexus LC500 is built on. So they already have a two-door rear-wheel drive car
Correct.
that they could have put that original concept car shape on top of without skewing the proportions. So yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, it's even beyond that. I'm sorry. It's the Toyota Supra. It gets its own platform if it needs it.
Right.
Do
Yeah.
the research and development. Build the platform. Build your car.
Well,
We'd all be happy.
but that's the thing, though. They had a platform they could use.
Toyota needs to stop with this multi-company engineering to do anything fun. Build your own cars. That's what you guys were good
I
at.
really can't.
Oh, I'll do it.
You
Apparently,
guys were really great at building your own cars. You don't have to borrow somebody else's to make a good car.
Yeah.
So I have to say, the girls and Jason, the girls had a fun time at the bat thing. Apparently, as hundreds of bats were coming out, one of the owls was like, I'm waiting, and literally snatched a bat right out of the air right in front of
that's
them.
cool.
Mixed it.
That's
Yes.
cool.
And then Serena was covered with bat jizz.
So anyway, Pints and Pistons. We're here about the cars and the good times.
I was gonna say I need my glass back tonight.
Yeah,
So Nicky likes the R35, I guess, over the Supra.
I honestly,
At least it's a Japanese car.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can give the GT86 over the Supra right now is that's a Japanese car.
Yes.
That's a Subaru.
And
I think there's more. No, there's good on
the
the back.
aesthetics of the new GTA 6, they look so good. They really do.
Don't.
The new
Oh.
GT86
There's
actually
just to let you know,
looks-
there's a thingamajig in it.
It's got a thing, a bulb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's
It's
like
got-
it's
it's
open
got-
like a Guinness.
Read the thing before you. Because they give you pouring instructions on it.
Too late.
So,
Read them out.
I'm gonna read the pouring instructions. So carefully open cans, pour into glass. Wait and watch the head settle. So it's actually like a Guinness.
Alright.
Oh god, I just got it on the microphone.
Gonna send it.
White. Look at how thick that is.
This is white girl.
You're not gonna fit the whole can in there
No.
right away.
And it's gonna cascade like a.
Ooh!
Oh,
This is
What
one
is
of those.
this? Read. What is this?
Hey, man.
I've had this one before.
It's got
Dan?
bees.
I've had.
Dan?
What? You're overflowing on the backside.
Yeah, you're pouring everywhere.
No.
No! I can't see the backside.
No, it's deceiving. It's the bar. The bar is deceiving. See, like I'm leaning
It's
to this
tilted,
side.
so it's fine. But I have
just
had-
about made it.
So I've had this before we even started Pints and Pistons. I do not remember what the hell it tastes like, but I have had this before.
Well, Chris, go ahead and
I want to smell it because looks honey.
Read us in.
read us in. Someone back up.
All right. Since 1778, when it was first brewed at the Strange Ways Brewery in Manchester, Boddingtons have been renowned as a unique pale gold ale. In English pubs, Boddingtons is served using the traditional hand-pulled method, which mixes air with the ale as it pours,
So like you
producing
get,
a distinctive creamy head and smooth body with little gassiness. Ordinary packaged ale cannot match this quality, but the Draft Flow system does. By releasing millions of tiny bubbles when open, Draft Flow gives the creamy head and authentic fresh taste of Boddington's pub ale. The Draft Flow system employs a small recyclable device which floats in the ale.
for once I did it right. Look at me.
Boys, smell that. Smell that. Smell it. Smell it.
It's
Mhm.
it smells like a pub.
We might have to just sip in and then
Yeah,
cheers.
we're. I ain't gonna clink you,
This is
Chris.
sketchy.
Yeah, I don't want. I don't
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
I don't want to
Cheers, clink.
Look at me. Hey, me and you can. Clink.
That is an English ale right there.
Oh yeah.
It's smooth. It's dry.
Ooh.
It's not as dry as the.
Not as dry as that.
This is.
Ooh.
This is good. But I also have a feeling that after this one, I'm gonna feel like I ate a meal.
You know what it is? It's like a.
Ooh.
It's almost like.
Dan's making faces.
Like root beer.
No, it's
I'm
like
getting root beer taste.
I'm not getting that at all.
Ugh. Alright. There's some kind of rooty taste.
yes.
Yeah.
There's an
that's-
earthy taste to it.
I think it's what's getting me.
But it's like a. It's like a Guinness, but light. It's like a
Sorry, I
Guinness,
just
but not a Guinness.
Yeah.
It's a blonde Guinness.
Yeah, it's like a blonde Guinness. I kind of like it.
Oh, after drinking it, I fully remember this one, and I absolutely loved it.
Maybe it was just the foam. That's way better.
Maybe
Warmer it gets.
we're supposed to drink it warm.
No, it says drink it cold.
Well, the reason
41 degrees.
the reason I say this is
For
because
best
British
results.
typically have warm beer because Lucas made the refrigerator.
No, it says
41 degrees.
right. Yep, 41 degrees. For
Which
best
that's pretty
results,
close.
serve cool,
That's much better.
but not ice cold. 41%.
Dude, I don't know. That first, it was weird. That first
Which,
taste.
hey,
maybe it
you
was
gotta
the head.
you gotta
It
think
was-
about it. This is probably about 40 because y'all got it, went in, and then it was in the fridge.
It goes well with this.
Yeah, now it
Strawberry
does.
Cream ale,
Yep.
cream vape.
That does
Yeah.
go good. That's good. Anyway,
I have another.
yeah, 'cause
I have another one.
We don't
I
have
ha-
much time left. Well, we do. If
Well, that's what you think. Yeah, sorry.
It's only 8:51. We can
Yeah,
run over
I
a little
mean,
bit.
I have another one.
Had any hard and fast rules about this?
So, the
Hard and
Challenger. You have the first gen. That wonderful, wonderful.
As long as you don't turn.
Well, yes,
you don't have to.
but great.
Left.
But then you go into it dies away in the early to mid 70s, and then it comes back as a
Mitsubishi Sapporo.
Yes, which not saying that was a bad car, but you have it going from look at me, I'm a Challenger to
What the hell is that?
I'm a Mitsubishi.
It went from being the villain to being
An extra.
yeah.
But so
Like that's just regular ass
yeah.
traffic. right?
So, but my thing, because when I was also thinking about that, like I instantly brought up the Mustang 2, but you cannot say that about the Mustang 2 because 1974 sold almost twice as much as 64 did. 74 was the best-selling year up until I think it was 83, 84, like when they did the Fox body, like when it fully got into swing.
There were outside forces on that, though.
But yeah, like the fuel, like all that shit.
Insurance costs and fuel prices and all that.
But at that point, you gotta put in like the Camaro and you gotta put in like the Firebird because like yeah, they had their big V8s, but their big V8 was only making 150 fucking horsepower, same as the V8 in the Mustang too. Well, in '76 because '74 and '75 you could only get a V6 with it.
Or
But
4-cylinder.
yeah, but still, it's one of those. Yeah, it kind of sucked, but it was actually good for its time. I'm trying to defend myself on that, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't just a full-on... Well, you know what I'm talking about.
I actually, back to the Charger thing.
Sorry.
That was Mike talking to the guy who actually owned the Mustang.
I know.
I wish to expand and clarify on the Charger thing as well.
Challenger. I did Challenger.
Challenger.
Charger.
No, Charger's the same fucking way.
Yeah, Charger came back as a full
Even
Yeah.
now, the Challenger Charger.
You mean the Mercedes.
I mean the Mercedes platform that they're built on.
From
that
the
they have
90s.
been built on since they came out.
And that
a
platform...
20-year-old platform.
At
when
that
it
point,
came out.
they're literally a 20...
So what's
they're
that,
literally
a 30
4... Yeah.
What is it, a 35-year-old platform now?
And just
Yeah.
for the record, for what Mercedes did to Chrysler during that whole merger, fuck Mercedes.
Yeah. I mean, they did help, but
And-
they fucked them.
Yeah, they gave them a platform to help the cars, and they rated them for all the excess cash they had, and then they sold them to...
It's one of those, the Crossfire, I actually like the Crossfire.
the
Did you ever drive one?
No. Because
Cross-
I'm not
That's why
stupid.
you like it.
The designers of the Crossfire made it to the B pillar, and they just quit designing. Like, it's Friday, we're out of here. Here.
The fact
Like
that
the
they
power?
managed to make a Mercedes platform feel that dull and that numb inside is impressive. The fact that they were
Good for
able
you.
to take
Good for you, dog.
all of the driving feel out of a how did you that took a lot of engineering.
With the
To
same
numb
gauge
out.
cluster as a Dodge Grand Caravan.
Correct.
Yep.
Oh, it was awful. That was the worst part about that car.
The dash was like out of a
The
fucking
interior.
van.
Like, first off, the interior made no sense.
No, it didn't.
First, I mean, you had this
Wait, which
god-awful
car are we talking
cluster.
about right now?
The Crossfire.
And then-
Oh, I was gonna say, which
that
Chrysler
cluster
are we
center
talking about?
stack was
That's
still
all
not as bad as
Chryslers.
the 5th gen Camaro.
That that center stack was bad.
And the big gaudy
not-
automatic handle
it was
that you had to
bad.
like, you had to have like piano hands to go across that thing and put it in drive.
But there was like all these buttons. And
Unless
all
you had
these
the
switches
SRT6.
and esoteric dials
Yeah,
that
'cause
made
like-
no sense in
Hey,
there.
we're gonna take a Mercedes audio unit, slam it in here, but put it on the Chrysler platform with the Chrysler wiring and buttons.
It was
And
So it's not
you
gonna
have
work
so-
ever.
busy.
You can dial
inside
phone
that
numbers.
car.
You can dial phone numbers while you're executiving in your Crossfire.
So I have to say, Tuesday, going down 581 right here on my way home, I'm like out of it, 10-hour day. I'm like, I love it, fucking home, I got shit. I passed an SRT6 Crossfire, and it caught me off guard, and I smiled. I know that car is fucking horrible, but I smiled because I have not seen one on the road since they were new.
Because they were horrible.
Exactly.
There is a black one that rolls around here. That
No,
has,
this was like the
It was Chrysler build
picture
quality
card
with Mercedes
silver,
reliability
like that
warranty
silver
issues.
blue.
Oh no, there's a black one that rolls around here that's got a hard top.
Oh well,
And-
yeah, all
and it's got-
SRT6s are hard tops.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, well anyway, this one's an SRT6. It's got an exhaust and it's manual and it's got a different intake on it.
Yeah, they're all
I've-
manual. SRT6s.
Are you sure about
Yes.
that?
Yep,
Oh, they are?
SRT6s are
Okay.
manual.
Well, anyway, but I've seen the guy and I've seen him come out like I saw him one day coming out from where when Dixie is over here and romping and hearing and getting on it and it's got an exhaust on it too. Sounds like a healthy
Yeah.
supercharged Mercedes V6.
No,
but
I saw that one, and it was literally the cut like
I like
the promo
honestly
cover,
I like
that
the silver.
silverish
I like the way
blue,
those look though.
all
the silver
that.
ones.
I
do
always
like
loved
the
that
way they
color, but still, it was one of those. I saw that, and
But
it made me
still,
smile because I'm like,
you
holy
keep
shit,
terrible
your
cars.
car's still running. Like,
And then the reds, you think my car peeled bad?
Oh, horrible.
The red
Our
crossfire?
our Sebring was our '04 Sebring was red, and yeah, that thing by year two
mid
was
2000s red
gone.
Chryslers in general.
That's what Mom had. She had a red one.
Toyota Celica as well. Went from the awesome looking third gen.
See, I did like that
And then
last
tur-
gen.
And then turned into a front wheel drive car that was. And
Ah!
I've driven one of those front wheel drive Celicas, like the first ones, like the first of the front
Yeah.
wheel drive Celicas. I've driven one.
But
And
have you driven
But that last
GTS
the
though?
No,
last
not
gen,
Okay,
the last
yeah,
gen,
with the those
that
were
motor,
actually
that 1.8, rev to the fucking moon.
put Honda motors to shame with the
What was
sound.
it like? Almost
9,000
Yeah,
RPM
that
from
was
the
what they used in
factory.
the early Lotus Elises.
yeah.
The two
At that
2
point,
SCCE, I think it is.
that's a car that went from great car, and then finally went to awesome before they finally killed it.
Yeah.
So that's a good car gone bad that went good again.
My last year at WTI, this kid had one, and he had a bunch of stuff done to it.
But you don't see them anymore.
He had cams.
In the
He
past
had-
2 weeks, I've seen like a half a dozen of the fucking
Really?
Really? You know, when I was
Because I did the same thing. I'd been like, wow. Last gen Celica. You never see those, and now they're popping out of the fucking
And
woodwork
I
everywhere.
have vivid memories when I was a kid in elementary school, up here at the elementary school over yonder, and
In
one of the
Mexico.
kids on the bus, her mom had a yellow one with the whole body kit and everything. I
giant
remember
fucking
seeing
wing
that
and
car, and
all
I was
that.
like, "Your mom bought that?" She goes, "Yeah, she bought it brand new." And I was like, "It came like that from like the fact, like that's so cool. It's all like Fast and Furious looking." And then, like honestly, the stock ones even. They are such a pleasure to drive.
And they last forever. Like
And it carries
seriously,
over
like
the
that.
Pontiac Vibe GTs and the
Yep.
Matrix, whatever
Toyota Matrix.
the X or whatever the Matrix is, the same motor. That motor is so
That
pleasant.
XR,
there
yeah,
it is,
the XRS or whatever,
like that.
and you could get them in a manual. It was literally the same 1.8 liter that revved to 9 fucking grand.
And then later years you can get an all-wheel drive.
Yeah, and that was one of those. A lot of people actually use them for autocross and then rallycross, like the
those
amateur
engines,
rallycross stuff.
They put VTEC sounds to shame.
Oh
to be
yeah,
honest.
no, they are top
That
notch.
might be what that might be a good car to look for.
No, seriously, if the
one of those
XR,
Celicas?
the Matrix.
The Matrix.
Oh
the
yeah,
Matrix? Yeah,
it's
you
a
find- yeah.
great hatchback. I mean,
Even the standard Matrixes with the 1.8s, I think, or whatever.
Yeah,
the
but it
smaller-
doesn't
If
have
I
all
could
the-
find one with a manual, I'd be down.
oh, you can.
Dude, and if you found a Matrix XR with that motor and the manual,
That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
you're looking at 9 grand red line,
And-
and it's beautiful.
like I said, when you think, okay, think of the
Timing chain
S2000,
also.
the S2000 sound.
Uh huh.
It does
it's,
that.
It's that, and
Yeah.
it goes to 9,000 RPM.
Yeah, at about 5 grand, and all of a
I
sudden
love
it just
anything that
opened-
revs high, so.
Yeah, no, those motors were wonderful.
And
Absolutely.
that's what I was gonna
wonderful.
say, which was a weird niche thing about the Camry, or not the Camry, the Corolla. The first front wheel drive ones, like I don't like anything about them other than a weird thing. I think.
Or AGE blacktop.
Well, no, it's specifically the intake manifold. I think it's one of the most beautifully designed OEM intake manifolds I've ever laid eyes
No,
upon. The individual
show.
runners.
Bingo.
the show,
Oh yeah.
the
Yamaha-
show, the
yeah.
Yamaha
Well,
and 3-liter in
Yamaha
that.
3-liter in cars that
You
big.
look at you pop the hood in a first gen show,
Yeah, okay.
and you look at that.
But I'm saying for
That is
I
a
was saying
beautiful-
for the Corolla, for like the Corolla
Well,
itself, all right?
yeah.
But then you went one of the most beautiful.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it really, in my opinion, it is like the
Oh, it looks really good.
It does.
but then-
It does. I gotta give you that.
But then the
It's
Yamaha-
Airhawk.
the Yamaha
Airhawk's
design-
coming over.
Yeah, but then the Yamaha design.
No, that Yamaha 3-liter. As soon as you pop the hood on a first gen show,
those
and
look
you
so good.
look at that, that is just art. That
Oh.
is beautiful.
Side note, Blue Turd show.
Yeah,
He's ready to run this year again.
good.
Full billet, everything. 1,500 or
Mm-hmm.
better.
And he's on a 3-liter. Well,
Front wheel drive.
it might be a little bit
I
bored
think
now.
it's a 3.4. I think he
Yeah,
said.
but he's still on a
Speaking of
show
cars.
block.
Ford's coming out with a new Taurus.
Really?
Only for the Middle East.
That's why I didn't see it. Really? Is it like a...
It's just a boring four-door sedan. It's probably still based on a Mondeo, but it's their...
But it's a Mondeo!
Yeah.
But they gave up on cars in the United States.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, it's for the Middle
Cars
East only.
and vans and all that
Well, it's
stuff.
like that cool friggin' Kia Niro that they're coming out with overseas and they're not coming out with here,
Well,
in-town
while
ones or
y'all
whatever,
were
but-
gone and that, when we were doing our TikTok live, me and Dan were talking about that. What is it, the EV9, right?
Yeah, the Kia EV9.
And that. So I absolutely love that thing. The reason why is it's an SUV, and they brought like instead of doing like you know how everybody's doing like the rounded stuff and that, they brought back the blockiness, and it looks.
Well, it's like the Ioniq 5.
Isn't that just a Telluride, though?
It's redesigned completely, but think of a
But it's a
Telluride.
Telluride on the outside.
Yeah,
Well, think
but-
of a Telluride mated with a new Sportage
But it's one of
on
those.
the outside.
It
It's
has
got the
that.
sharp, jagged
It
lights
has
and
all
that,
that
and the grill.
blockiness to it, and it's one of those. Is like, finally, like as The Rock would say, finally, SUVs have come back to the blockiness. Like,
They came black?
no, come back.
You said black.
Oh,
did.
back.
You did.
Sorry,
You did.
my bad.
Well,
Come back. BACK.
one of two things. Does anybody have other cars to talk about? If not, we can segue in the EV thing to what I wanted to talk about. So
I kind of have one more.
let's hear it.
I had a third one.
I'm down for it.
Now, this is one that, from prototype to delivery, actually, I've got two if we're going to do that.
If we're going to talk about what the prototype was, and then
What
the
we were
production- if
promised.
we're
That's
gonna
a
talk-
whole episode right
That's a
there.
whole episode.
Yeah, it is.
That's a prowler.
That's a whole
The
episode.
one I had in mind, the Kia Stinger.
Oh.
That was a car we were promised so much.
And him and I feel this way more than like I know you guys can't relate like seriously to what him and I
And the
like,
real problem is that the Kia Stinger is a perfectly good car.
yeah.
It's fine.
Least
It's-
problematic.
It's a good car.
It's like the Tiburon went
But
from the
what we
Tiburon
were
to the Genesis,
promised
and you're like,
was
nah.
so much more
Mm-hmm.
than what they gave us. And it unfortunately came in about $30,000 over budget.
Yeah.
Because Kia has missed this mark over and over and over and over and over again, and I don't understand this.
You had the Tiburon.
You're
well,
Kia.
well,
You're Kia.
on it.
Do you know what you do good? You make cheap cars. So make me a cheap, fun car.
You sell warranties.
Sell me a cheap, fun car with a good warranty.
Rio.
I want
You want a Rio?
I want a car the size of the Forte with your 1.6 turbo, a 6-speed, and rear-wheel drive. Give me that car. Or, you know what, even you have all of the ingredients. Take your Forte platform, put the 1.6 turbo in it, and then simply drive the rear wheels as well with your all-wheel drive system that would bolt right in out of the Sportage because it's literally the same platform.
He's not wrong at all.
And a 6-speed manual transmission. Congratulations, you have a car to go after Subaru with.
But then they did
You're
give the,
thinking
they did give
too
the world
much.
they did give the world a front engine rear wheel drive sports car that nobody likes. So
Who did?
Hyundai Kia
What, with the Genesis?
Genesis Coupe.
That was what the Tiburon should have been.
And that's, once again, them failing to understand the market.
Agreed.
The the Genesis should have been cheaper.
Yeah.
I almost bought one.
If it had
Almost
been
bought one.
if it had been cheaper, it would have been a success. The reason that car failed is because they came in over budget.
Yep.
They thought, well, we've got a rear-wheel drive sports car now. We can price it in line with everybody else. No, you're Kia Hyundai.
Yep.
Make it cheaper.
I remember being in the Ocala Mall right when they came out, and they had a red one, base model, base
2.0 turbo.
Yeah, 2.0 turbo, cloth interior, I think it was a six speed. And me and Sabrina were looking at it a lot, and it was one of those. I almost bought one. I was very close to buying one, and then I saw the 3.8 track pack, and I'm like, oh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. It makes
R-Spec?
yeah, it makes a lot of sounds, and I like it.
The R-Spec was so close to hitting the mark and still failed.
Yeah.
Too expensive.
Too expensive.
And that's the thing. I saw the
Because
price
you
of
could
it,
get
and I was like,
or the 3 liter,
I can't
or
do
the,
that.
Or the V6. You could get the 2.0 or the V6 with the R-Spec package. The R-Spec package was the right idea. Performance brakes, torsion.
Yep.
torsion
It had
lift,
it had
Foot
Brembos on it,
steel
all that.
wheels.
Yep.
Bass radio. They had the right idea. They just overpriced it.
So it was one of those. It was and I'm not joking. We were between a 3.8 Genesis with the full package in that, or the Mustang, and we drove both, and it came down to price, and that's why we went with the Performance Pack V6 for the Mustang, because we could get it a little bit cheaper than Genesis. But there was a point we almost had a 3.8 the track pack Genesis.
And that's why the Mustang isn't on the list for me, is because the Mustang's always understood when you're talking about, a sports car like that, it always boils down to
Yep.
car versus money.
Yep.
And you can get, the V6 Mustang or the EcoBoost Mustang.
Well, you can't get a V6 anymore.
You could.
Yeah.
You could get that car for
Also-
cheaper than anything else on the market, and you had a rear-wheel drive sports coupe for very little money.
Yeah. Also with the new
EcoBoost automatic only.
yeah, it's automatic only.
Which is
sadly.
Ford not understanding.
Yeah.
No, it's because their take rate on manual EcoBoost was extremely low.
Yeah.
I get
So
that.
which means if you have an EcoBoost with the manual now, your prices are going up. So now we're gonna go on to Dan's because since we don't have a bring a trailer.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
with
my
you.
thing. All right,
Bring it
so
to
if
the
you
car.
guys are going to want to migrate to the computer to see the picture, the only one picture, but whenever
It's a
Chris,
Dacia Scenario. Please
Whenever
tell me
Chris
it's a
pulls it
Dacia
up,
Scenario.
pull it up. Because I want to show everybody.
Boom.
May I present to you the Dacia Sandero EV.
Oh.
So, believe it or not, gents, we missed this one.
Well, of course, because it's a Dacia and it's a Sandero, we don't
So,
get it.
I just sent the one picture, that's that, but this thing came out in 2021. This is
Okay.
the Dacia Sandero EV. You had a mass scheme of color combos.
Does it come with cheese?
If you wanted cheese
Okay.
on the side, it would come with it.
Or gin.
In the glove box. Gin only came in center console.
Okay.
Yeah. But, mass variety color combos. Interior looks equally as sporty, yet plain with iPad dash. You had a boastfully exciting 45 horsepower electric engine with 200 miles of radius.
Range.
Sorry, radius. I said
You said radius.
I ain't doing circles. I ain't doing
Anyway,
circles.
200 miles range. They sold from 2021 to 2022, and you could get all kinds of different things with it. Nav, everything you could imagine. I want you guys to guess. The base model came as you see right there in that picture. The base model came with several two-tone scheme paint.
Now, are we
and
talking about like
It's
for
the
the
base model EV.
now? Are we doing U.S. dollars or are we doing someone else's?
Are we doing euros? Are we doing pounds or US dollars?
All right.
I'll
So
tell you
what it
US.
would be U.S. dollars?
What do you think that thing costs? Base model and U.S. dollar figure. I'll let you know if you come close to it or not. 'Cause
16,
I know.
16.5.
18,999.
17,250
14.1
in US dollars.
in U.S. dollars.
All right. I went over, but I was closest. But still.
I had
Okay,
some commentary
what kind of
on
subsidies were going on with that thing?
So it was a Mitsubishi
It's-
Mirage.
It's right. It's a single small 45 horsepower motor. It gets 200 miles range because of how underpowered it really is. Everything's developed correctly. A lot of stuff recycled materials. The thing only weighs just over 2,400 pounds with the battery pack, and charges quicker than a Tesla.
All right, I have some commentary here.
Okay, first off, just that light ass weight means it would never fly here.
Well, yeah, it's a Dacia
Well, it's-
Sandero. We can never have a Dacia
They
Sandero
made it
here.
for 1 year. It stopped. There's probably a reason why they stopped, but
I mean, we've seen the picture of the. You
but-
sent the
but-
Dacia Duster.
it's
Yes.
a cheap
Yes.
EV. It's HEVV.
So let me join in with some commentary here.
Come on down, let's go.
Finally, an electric car I actually want to buy.
Yep.
I like it. It looks good too. It's a Sandero, but it looks kind of sporty-ish with the tones.
Well, it's not even that. My biggest complaint with EVs as of right now.
They're so fucking expensive.
Correct. Every EV that comes out, the Ford Lightning, the EV6,
The
the
Mach-E,
Mach-E, whatever anybody else is making. They're 50, 60, 70,000
All right,
dollars.
boys, how much is a fully loaded EV?
16.5.
17,250.
Right. Okay, so the 18.
18.
18?
18 for the
So I
fully
can get
loaded
the
one.
fully loaded model for
18.
18K.
Yep.
That means the fully loaded model is $260-ish a month. Cool. I'm down. For
And-
$250 a month, I get an electric car. I never have to buy gas again, and I can drive it to work.
And you were able to bypass destination fees at the time by pre-ordering them and getting them plain at dealerships. And they even provided, unlike the Kia EV6, they even provided the charging cables for the basic European plug to plug into your house, which was still only a stark 20 hours of charging, which if you compare it to everything else, that's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know why they stopped making them. But yeah, that one slipped through the cracks, 2021 to early 2022.
Because they made no profit on them.
That's probably.
If that was a car over here, well, shoot. Dump that thing in California.
Okay, if that was if that was a car over here, it would weigh 3,800 pounds minimum, and it would cost $35,000 before the dealers put an ADM of $7,000 on it.
But I'm saying if that exact thing at that price and everything came out over here,
It would be $37,000 with a $5,000 ADM, and it would weigh 3,800 pounds minimum.
I love you, Brian.
But
It would
he's
not come
not.
over the charge cables.
He's
You're
not
absolutely right.
shooting anything wrong about that because, it's
Some
one
people
of
call it
those.
cynicism. I call it observationalism.
It's one of those
Complaint I've had.
they want us to go EV and that, and we just can't.
Okay,
And
well,
it's not that we can't because not
Stellantis
Europe.
CEO flat out said there's not enough raw materials in the world for
No,
this.
but a lot of the European nations and all that, like they just, I think it was Sweden or something like that. I can't remember the exact country, but how they were doing like, hey, by 2030.
Germany said
Ger-
fuck off.
Yeah, and so like they stopped it because they realized, hey, we can do
Synthetic fuels.
synthetic fuels, which Porsche's doing. That's a better thing than trying to do
Porsche's
that.
actually doing a research and manufacturing facility in Texas to do
Yeah.
man-made fuels. But right now it's really expensive, like $40 some odd a gallon.
But yeah,
last fun thing before we stop. Guess the 0 to 60 time on the car. 45
It'll
horsepower.
get to 60?
It will.
okay, so the bug
18.5.
the bug did it around there. I'm gonna go 22 seconds.
20 seconds flat.
13.5. That's
That's impressive.
Right.
For
That's,
that car, I'm okay
you
with
know,
that.
you know how terrible it is when I was reading it. I was like,
Yeah, but that's
whoa.
That's probably about the same as the petrol Sandero.
But it's okay because it's a Dacia Sandero, and I really want.
It's good news.
I want one so bad. I don't know why, but it's
I
just
know.
one of those. How much James May loves the Dacia Sandero. If one became
the
available,
quiet
I would
Dacia
buy it.
Sandero.
I would
Look,
buy
if
it.
there's a small car that those guys actually love that I would want to get, it would be a Renault Twingo.
Yeah.
No
And,
Fiat Panda.
And on that.
Oh
disappointing-
yes,
and on that
yes,
disappointing
yes.
note,
Because your
Hands
ice
down,
available.
Fiat Panda.
You,
Yeah,
you-
honestly,
you
Fiat
know why?
Panda,
Because
one
your
of the
ice
big
cream won't
ones.
melt.
Right.
Your ice cream won't melt when you
Blue
go through.
with the gray and black interior.
But on that
my
note,
ice cream.
is it time to end,
It
boys?
is.
I think it is.
Have a good night,
We'll
everybody.
be back in
Thank
2
you for
weeks
Yes,
with,
watching.
thank
with
you
more
for
beers
watching.
and more car things and
Stuff.
part 2 of our trilogy, I guess.
Yes.